When guys have free time and they want to work on their game, very few players walk in the gym and start doing defensive slides and working on defensive drills. They all want to work on their shot and their dribbling and the offensive side of the ball. So the natural tendency of basketball players in general is to work on the offensive side of the game. So it's a little more difficult to get guys to come in and want to play the game of defense because it's more difficult. It's not as rewarding. People say offense sells the tickets, but defense wins the games.
Kaplan wants to drive, goes to the basket, throws it up, blocked by Chad Brown. Outlet pass comes down to A.J. Davis. He gets it, will go up and dunk it in. A.J. Davis pushes the lead to 10.
All of our energy comes from defense. All of our momentum comes from defense. We know winning teams and great teams, that comes from getting stopped. So as soon as Coach Dawkins got here, I think that was the first thing that he implemented, which was great. I think we needed it as a program and organization. Is just we're gonna be a defensive team. That's where you can do that every night. You can be a great defensive team every game. It really gets you going and gets you involved in the game, and that's what wins championships. Every great championship team was good on the defensive end.
Kaplan drives in the paint, cut off, head fake, give it to Igbanu. He'll take a jump shot blocked by Taco, rebound Matt Williams. Taco gets his 4th block of the ball game.
And I think so much of what we do in the defensive end is built around him. So much of what we do, because he's such a big presence. He's an elite defender, whether people realize it or not. The way when he's moving and he's bouncing around, all we're doing is bringing it to him, because he's going to take care of us always. He's going to either block the shot or alter it, and that's how I get a lot of rebounds. That's how that's how I'm able to look like a good defender, is because of him. Whether he knows it or not, everything's built around him, because he's such a he's so good at helping the ball. He's when he's moving and stuff, he's good off of ball screens. He can help there, get back to his man and block the shot. He can do so many different things. So just as his size and his ability to be able to move like that, he's just such a problem on defense. For other teams, I would hate to play against him, because he's just such a big presence in there, and he's so good at protecting the basket that I think teams sometimes struggle with that. And even if they don't, they're really hitting great shots. They're really all we can say is that's a tough bucket, and keep it moving.
Adams. Defense rotates, crossover dribble, pulls it back out. Vitale drives towards the shot, blocked by Chad Brown, picked up by B.J. Taylor. Second block by Chad today.
You definitely have chemistry on the defensive side of the ball. Basically, talking, communicating. If somebody's coming to screen, it helps that the whole team is calling it, and just so they all know, so nobody slip up or yelling at whoever's guarding the ball, no middle, or telling everybody to jump across the midline, or just basically just out there pointing and communicating. If we're all doing, that's intimidating. So I mean, that can definitely scare the other team and kind of get them back there on their heels and allow us to do what we do.
Drives in the lane, picks up his dribble, gets it out, stolen by B.J. Taylor. He'll drive towards the basket and draw a foul.
That is where everything comes from for us. On defense, all the energy is more than a dunk. It's more than any of that. Of course, a dunk and all that, that's momentum, and that's for the crowd and for the other people. But for us, if we get a 24-second shot clock violation or a steal or a big-time block, that's what we love. That's what we want to see every time. We could care less about if Matt hits it from half court, or all that stuff is cool. But what if we don't get that dunk? What if we don't? What if Matt doesn't hit that shot from half court? You never know about that. That just kind of comes and goes. But defense, we can literally play that every single time and get excited off of that every single time.
I think most coaches are probably the same, and that if you really truly want to contend for championships, you got to be viable defensively. So that's where we start, and we continue to try to go as far as we want to. And hey, it was a pleasure watching the game against Tulsa the other night. That was truly a defensive gem to see that game. So, and we say defense travels. So we're going on the road the last three of the last four. If you have a solid defense, you have a chance everywhere you play to get a win.